I'm back, and I think I found the e-bike for me. Maybe it's for you too. Let's take a look. Before I get started, I wanted you to know the bike I chose is based on my riding style and what I was looking for in an e-bike. There are many different styles of e-bikes out there, varying in frame size, features, power, and cost. I would suggest looking into what's most important to you and find the one that fits your lifestyle and budget. I am not sponsored by any company, and the opinions are my own, based on my actual purchase and real-world use of the e-bike. Any accessories added to this e-bike were purchased on Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate, and the links to the products are in the description. Please click on the links if you see something you like, and as always, please like and subscribe. After looking at several popular choices of e-bikes, including of course Aventon, Velotric, and Ride One Up, and others, I decided to go a completely different route in choosing my new e-bike. What makes a good e-bike? Frame, components, reliability, brand name? I decided to go with what I would call a European bike. There were very few YouTube videos about this brand, and started looking on the internet to get more information. The one thing that got my attention was the price. Stay with me to the end to see just what I paid for this bike, and form your own opinion. And the bike I chose? Econic One, and the bike model is called the Bandit. I, of course, named my bike the Blue Bandit. This is considered a road bike or a gravel bike, and is a Class 1 e-bike, with pedal assist speeds up to 20 miles per hour. The size I chose was a large frame, and there were 3 sizes to choose from. I wanted to give a shout out to the Bike Exchange. This is where I purchased my e-bike and had a very positive experience. After ordering online, the communication was excellent, and the bike was easily tracked and arrived in only 3 days. When the box arrived, it was in excellent condition. Upon opening the box, everything was neatly packaged and no damage occurred during the shipping. The bike only took about 10 minutes to assemble, putting on the tire and the handlebar assembly. From what I was able to research, Econic One started about 10 years ago and is currently sold in 22 countries and more than 500 retail points. The factory is located in Bulgaria. Shout out to my Bulgarian friends, you know who you are. And sells in the US as well as Europe, including Germany, Austria, Italy, the Netherlands, Switzerland, France, and many others. If I know one thing, Europeans know bicycles. This bike is a Class 1 e-bike with speeds up to 20 miles an hour. This bike features a 6061 aluminum frame in 3 sizes: medium, large, and extra large. The aluminum fork has a 9mm quick release hub. The brakes are Shimano hydraulic brakes with a 6-bolt 180mm rotor in the front and 160mm rotor in the rear. It sports Vittoria Evolution 29-inch tires by 1.9 inches wide. It also features a 10-speed Shimano cassette, 11 to 42 tooth, 170mm Miranda crankset, and a Bafang M410 mid-drive motor with 250 watts of power, peaking at 500 watts. It also has 80 Nm of torque with a torque sensor. The bike is powered by a 36-volt battery, 460 watt-hours, with up to 65 miles of range. More on that later. The Bandit is also equipped with a super bright Lightmove SE110 front LED light. But wait, I missed the 2 best features. This Econic One Bandit comes with a Shimano Dior derailleur with a clutch. Yes, I said a clutch. And the best feature is, this bike, with the battery, weighs in at just over 48 pounds. It's a beautiful Sunday, April morning here in Central Florida. Try to get out early because it does get very warm by mid-afternoon. I do a lot of research on YouTube, and I found another channel that featured this bike. If you can hear the motor let me know. I'll try to turn up the volume a little bit to see if you can actually hear the motor over the wind. It is so quiet, you don't even know it's on. And as I told you in my channel before, the one thing I really wanted to try out was the torque sensor. And I gotta tell you, that makes the difference in an electric bike. I wanted a bike where I can control. If I want a good workout, I can really just either turn it off or turn it down. And it really does a phenomenal job in helping me get where I need to go, but makes me do the work. It does come with the 10-speed. Like I said, it shifts super smooth. Right out of the box, I didn't really have to do any adjusting. I did a little adjusting just to make sure I'm comfortable with it, because I'm still learning how to be my own mechanic when it comes to doing routine maintenance on bicycles. There was one thing that I did notice, that the front tire had a little wobble, what they call wobble. The wobble is essentially where the spokes are loose or out of alignment, so to speak. And I saw a few videos on that and said maybe I could do it myself, but didn't want to mess it up. As I learned from other videos, that don't try to take on more than you can handle. So I took it over to my buddies at Pedal Driven in Sanford, Florida. I just took the tire, which was great. Took the tire in the car, went over there one day and had them tighten up everything, and now it's perfectly straight. I still can't hear the motor. Sometimes I wonder if it's on, because if you just pedal very slightly, the motor's not kicking on. It's the amount of torque. There we go. Right now I'm doing a pace of 13 and pedal assist 3, and perfectly fine. The 35-degree riser just gets you in that perfect position. I did change out the pedals to aluminum, only because I like to feel very solid when I'm standing on the bike. If I'm standing up like this, I want to make sure that I got some good grip and I don't have that slight flex that the plastic ones give you. It's like that little flexibility. The seat I bought on a whim. I tried to use my old seat, my old comfy seat that I kept going back to, the one I paid $9 for. And it was fine, but honestly it just looked ugly. If it's a smaller bike, the seat stands out too much. It's like buying one of those big bike seats, where I realized the bigger the seat doesn't necessarily make it more comfortable. So I bought one that's a little bit thinner, but it has memory foam in it. Because when I first sat on it, I literally couldn't feel me sitting on the seat. That's how comfortable it was. And I said, oh, this won't last long. I've been on the bike, for 20 minutes now, and not even an issue. Because your tailbone is going to be so wide, and you're going to have to figure out what's the minimum width I need, and how much tolerance can I take when it comes to. Now, obviously, men and women are different, but that's something you're going to have to just experiment with. I happened to get lucky on the first try. The grips, my hands are somewhat sensitive, so I bought the same exact model and brand I bought it on my other bikes, which gives you a little bit of flatness so you can rest your palms. Raising the stem just a bit relieves a little bit of the pressure of the weight of your upper body, which is nice. But my ultimate goal here is to either work on my own bike, and anything I can't work on, get yourself a good bike shop or somebody that knows what they're doing when it comes to the electrical part of it. I can handle the brakes and the tires and the wheels. But the electrical part, I leave that to the pros. But so far, so good. Right now I'm on pedal assist 3. It comes standard with 5, but you can actually, look at my buddies. This bike does not come with a throttle. It's not designed for that. It is a class 1 bike. So it does go to 20, gets up to 20 rather fast if you really want to max out the pedal assist. Comes with a walk mode and comes with a boost mode. I've yet to try out the boost mode, but when I start doing the testing on it, I think you'll see that it's got a very powerful motor. What's nice about mid-drives, this happens to be a Bafang motor, the M410 model, and it puts out 80 newton meters of torque, which is at the same level that heavier bikes put out with higher wattage motors. It's a 250 nominal, 500 peak, which is nice. You don't need that much for the weight of the bike. My frame size, I got a large. Being at 6 foot, I have a kind of longer legs than most 6-footers, but I like the size is perfect. And if you want to know what the price is, that is really the inspirational part that made me wanted to try this. The bike was actually manufactured in Bulgaria. It's in 22 different countries. It's mostly Eastern European. Very popular out there. It's making its way into the United States. They were listing it for $3,200. Yes, that's what I said, $3,200. The good part is Bike Exchange, since it was a 2022 model, you know, the year-end model sale, like they're just trying to get rid of their inventory, got it down to $1,200 bucks. $1,200, and I spent less than $100 in accessories. Shipping was $99. So I was very happy with that. So this is what you get for $1,200. You get a very nice looking bike. You get a nice light aluminum frame. You get a tapered fork. It also has a quick release front and back for the tires. You get Shimano hydraulic brakes. You get a built-in very bright front light. They give you a backlight, but I end up using the previous light I had on my other bike. You get an 80 newton meter, 250 watt mid-drive motor with a torque sensor, which I think is phenomenal. You get a 10-speed quick shifter with, now this is the real interesting part, you get a Shimano Deore derailleur with a clutch. Can older folks use this bike? Absolutely.
To sum up this video, I think the Econiq One Bandit is a hit. And here's why. The bike is stylish. I know this is subjective, however it looks aggressive and has a really cool paint job, and it is somewhat minimalist in style. I find people can't even tell it's an e-bike when they first see it. I do really love the fact that it's also relatively light in weight compared to other e-bikes, which makes it easier to handle on rougher roads. The Bandit has good frame geometry, meaning it has good seating position and is meant for smooth roads or even some hill climbing or downhill adventures. I did bring the stem up just a bit to get to that sweet spot, but it's really fine for most right out of the box. This bike comes with good components including Shimano brakes, Deore derailleur and shifter, decent tires, and a strong Bafang mid-drive motor with good torque. The shifting is super smooth, the motor is super quiet, and the brakes work extremely well. I am also loving the torque sensor. If I were to give it some negatives, I would say the Bafang controller screen is a bit small, and I find it difficult to read the display. I can see the speed fairly well along with the pedal assist mode, but I have to stop and squint to see the other information displayed. Other negatives would include a hard seat. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but that's easily interchangeable. There is one thing to note, as this may or may not be a negative. I was not able to get a hold of Iconic One directly. This made me a bit concerned, as I was asking myself how would this work with warranty issues. I did reach out to Bike Exchange, who advised they would handle anything of that nature, so I was feeling a little bit better about that. Overall, I'd say this was a fantastic value at $1,200. The normal price is $3,200, and the 2022 models are going fast. Is this a great $3,200 bike? Well, I never owned a $3,200 bike, but I would say some bikes are way more and are not really worth the price, but that's a decision you have to make. I am happy with my purchase, and I'll keep updating you on the ownership experience. Let me know if you want me to do some testing on this Iconic One, like range, speed, braking, and as always, be safe and get out there. Thank you for watching the Marvel of E-Bikes, and as always, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. Talk to you later.